Information superhighway, and welcome to the Nail the Recruiting Process podcast. My name is Jared Zeidman. I coached college basketball for 15 years, and due to some fun life circumstances that you'll learn a lot more about in the actual podcasts to come, I am now focusing most of my efforts on bridging the information gap between the college side of athletics and the high school side of athletics so that you, the recruit, or your family can better prepare for the challenges to come in your collegiate journey. So the math here is pretty simple. Do you want to be a college athlete? If yes, keep listening. Every episode is going to be focused on one specific component of an acronym that I like to call GEAR. GEAR stands for the four major traits that coaches like to develop in their athletes, aside from actual proficiency in the sport themselves. So if they try to develop these things in their athletes at the next level, they're obviously looking for these things when you're going through the recruiting process as a high school athlete. G is for growth oriented. So you're going to want to have a growth oriented mindset. And we're going to dive into a lot of discussions about what growth really looks like, thanks to some awesome interviews coming up with current college coaches. The E is for engage, not only how you engage with coaches during the process, but also how you engage with your teammates, how locked in you are, and how you make sure that everything you do in your sport leaves a lasting impression. The A in GEAR is for aware, and your awareness moves mountains in this process. A lot of you are going to be choosing between different opportunities at different competitive divisions. And you're going to need that improved self-awareness to decide what the best landing destination for you is. And finally, the R is for ready. When you are proficient in your growth, proficient in your engagement, and sufficiently self-aware, you are ready for whatever this journey has coming your way. Anyone, and you'll hear it from some of the players that I'm going to be talking to in this podcast, anyone will tell you that things change at the collegiate level in a moment's notice. Playing time changes. Your position might change. Class schedules change. Practice times change. Travel itineraries change. Everything changes and everything is in flux. But if you commit to your process, you'll be able to navigate that change smoothly. And that is what this podcast is aiming to do. So in short, do you want to play a college sport? If yes, this podcast is designed to help you accomplish that goal. We'll see you for the next episode where we set the table, go over some crucially important data, and really get the ball rolling on the project that is Nail the Recruiting Process. Deuces. That's going to do it for another episode of the Nail the Recruiting Process podcast. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you got something out of today's podcast. If you'd like to learn more about anything related to Nail the Recruiting Process, the book, my work, maybe wanting to work with me one-on-one, anything under the sun, you're going to visit www.nailtherecruitingprocess.com. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can follow me at Nail the Recruiting Process on Instagram, or at Jared the Coach on Twitter and TikTok. Both of those handles are just one word, no characters, no spaces. If you'd like to ask something of me directly, if you'd like a question that maybe you want answered on a future podcast, or if you have an idea for something we should talk about in a future episode, please reach out to me via email. I would love to hear from you. My email address is recruitinggear@gmail.com. That's the word recruiting, then the word gear combined. recruitinggear@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and we hope to catch you next time.